Oh, sick. Oh, it's a Batman. Yeah, look at him. Oh, Batman-y. Yeah, we're going to, what does it say? This is a variant cover right there in the corner. You can see that. That means it's super valuable. So I'm thinking, I mean, I'd be a jerk if I said anything less than $30,000, right? $30,000. Let's just plug that in real quick. Why aren't you buying? Who's that peeping through the bushes? It's Ricky from All Sorts of Words. I have a little ritual where I set all my lights up before I start filming, and I've gotten into the habit of showering before I film, and I put product into my hair that settles, and I was starting to think to myself, all paranoid, I bet people think I'm just like dripping wet all the time. So here it is, unshowered. Take it in. Whatnot has done, here, let me adjust this. Ooh. We good? Whatnot has done a spectacular job at integrating itself into the YouTube comic book community. The largest channels are usually sponsored by Whatnot. They have exclusive covers they release, and they do a great job. This video isn't about my discomfort, disdain, frustration with the company Whatnot itself. I think Whatnot, the company, is actually fantastic. I had a pretty iffy customer experience once. They took care of me right away in minutes, very responsive. They effectively invented a new way to shop for comic books. And not only did they do that, but they're not resting on their laurels. They're continually reinventing, reinvigorating, innovating in that space so that they can maintain that top position as the people who created this stuff. And I dig it. I'm here for it. Any way that you can make getting comics, collectibles, books, whatever. I buy a lot of books on Whatnot too, just books. Anytime you can do any of that, I'm down to clown. But there's been an epidemic lately, both on the side of Whatnot consumers that I witness, as well as on the seller side, different issues. And I feel like because Whatnot has done such a great job at promulgating their brand among YouTube sponsorships, there aren't a lot of people willing to come forward with constructive criticism about how to improve the app and maybe vent a little bit about the frustrations I've been experiencing for quite a while now. I cracked my knuckle. Did you notice? I think because of their success and their relationships with these high-level YouTube channels, it's robbed them a lot of meaningful feedback from community members like myself. We're all in this together. High School the Musical. Let's start with customers. Y'all are getting taken advantage of a lot. Now, the reason why I'm doing this today is because I got a package. My address isn't on this side. Good. I didn't dox myself. I got a package from a fantastic seller. Charming, really personable, wanted to talk to you, had a really small audience, and most importantly, awesome deals. So I snagged up what I did, and I'm going to do an unboxing at the very end to show you what I got. But this is the seller here. Please go give them a like and a follow. They are fantastic. Once this video is uploaded, I'm going to reach out to them to let them know, hey, I did give you a shout out because hopefully I'm pleased with the product. But so long as I don't open the wrong books, I imagine I'll be leaving them a very favorable review. So on the side of buyers, y'all are getting taken advantage of. I don't know if it's the fervor of the moment, the 30-second countdown, this desire to win. I don't know what it is, but I've seen legit $30 books get bid into the 60s and 70s of dollars, and not even for like high grades, mid-grade books. You're not making life better for yourself, and you're not making life better for the rest of the comic community by paying these exorbitant prices, because you're teaching the person who's up pricing you to oblivion that they can do that, and they will do it again and again and again until eventually the market corrects itself. But at that point, their business has been hurt, other customers have been impacted. It's not a good time. So like, What I'm asking is, if you're on Whatnot, I know for a fact you're on your phone. Just open any other app, eBay, Mercari, both. And then when someone starts a bid countdown for a book that you want and you see the price going up and up, quickly swipe up on your phone, go to one of those other apps, plug in the book really quick as a bunny. I know you're a fast typer. And check out what that book is going for on the other sites. I'm telling you, one time it was that DC preview event that had John Constantine. It wasn't even his first appearance. I had already gotten his first cameo and first appearance from the Swamp Thing run. And someone was selling the preview book, and they had it for like $5 for a starting bid. And I'm like, you know what? Why not? I'll have the Trinity. And the book got upbid to like $45. So while it was still counting down, because these people are just, every time it goes down to like 10 seconds, it gets reset to like 15. I had time to go into eBay and buy a copy for $10 shipped, while everyone else is paying 4 times that amount for reasons I don't know. I won't presume to know why a person would do such a thing. Is it the competitive nature of the moment? Is it a kind of unhealthy parasocial relationship with this VTuber who's selling you books and they laugh at your jokes, and it's that like the stripper's really into me kind of thing? I don't know. But I'm seeing it happen with regularity, and it sucks. It sucks for the rest of us who see the prices go up incrementally, especially with that seller. That seller is now going to be a toxic environment to go to buy books because they think they can get away with it. Or if it's going to be just that person who doesn't know any better, and one of those adverse experiences are going to make them pull the trigger on a book and pay more, and now they're out less money that they could have used to get more books. That sucks. But what kind of instigated this particular video? I've seen it happen more than 10 times in the last year and a half I've been using Whatnot. But in the last 48 hours, I saw it happen 3 times. Sellers losing their mind, getting really angry at their customers and freaking out and saying, this book's going for too low. Homie, you put it up for $1. Nobody wanted it. Worst case scenario is someone buys it for the $1, and here we are. It didn't inspire other people to go buy your other books. You put a book up for $1 that nobody wanted but the one guy, and guess what? He got a steal. I've seen these sellers lose it. Stop the stream midstream, yell at their customers, throw temper tantrums. I got blocked from one guy because he had a temper tantrum. He put a book up for sale, and it was, a crappy $3.99 variant cover. One of those cardstock variant covers that you can find by the boatload at your local comic book store. And it went for $3. That was his starting price that he asked for, $3. And nobody fought over it. And then he put up a second book, and he said, if this book doesn't sell for what it's worth, this $30 book that he started at $1, if this $30 book doesn't go for what I'm asking for, I'm going to just end the stream. I won't even say goodnight. I'm just going to end the stream. And so he ended the stream. But I don't know what it is about the Whatnot system, how it works, but you can log into a stream that's already over and it's still technically going. So I was in the room and someone else joined in and said, I just got here. What just happened? I just saw this guy storm off. And I said, it was a grown man having a temper tantrum. And so then the very next day he's streaming again. This is now last night. And I try to log in and it says, you've been banned by this seller. So am now I your enemy for telling the truth? Guy had a freak out. And we've all seen it as customers. This is less for the newcomers and more for seasoned comic book collecting vets at this point. But you've noticed the frustration that sellers are having over the last couple months as they slowly realize it's not 2020 anymore, right? You're seeing these people lose their mind. It's almost like for a year and a half, we were all so excited to be in comics. Long-term collectors got reinvigorated. New people were stoked about the hobby, and new money was infused in this environment, and people made cash hand over fist. You could walk into a comic book store, because comic book stores weren't open at the time. You could walk into a comic book store, take all the variant issues, the cardstock variants, not even like the 1 in 25s, pay $3.99 a piece, go home and charge $20 plus shipping and make all of that money for every book. Hand over fist, I'm telling you. And so a lot of people who had old collections that were maybe seeing this as an opportunity, the golden era where they can cash out. I sold my collection in 2020 and I made a killing. Or they were people who were casual collectors that said, I can get into this, selling books for a crazy markup. And there were new opportunists saying, I have a relationship with this store. I'll go in, I'll buy books on the regular, flip them online, bing, bang, boom, I'm a zillionaire. That train's over. If the major keys are sinking in value, what hope do your monthly random rando covers have? It was thrilling to watch everybody come back from, what was it, MegaCon, with that new hot Power Girl cover. I'll put it up here. I can't, Action 1053, 10 something. It was thrilling as a collector to watch people come back from that convention and try to sell those books at $200, $300, $400, $500 for the set. And then just watching them go down and down and down and down. Like, you're going to learn today, man. It ain't the way it was. And so now I'm still sitting on those collections who are charging like $120 for the pair. And I'm like, pretty soon it's going to be $100. Pretty soon it's going to be $80. Just wait, be patient. This environment has coalesced. It's solidified into something that the company doesn't deserve, the customer doesn't deserve. Here's a small thing about myself and the way that I see the universe. When I see videos of like someone losing their mind in a grocery store, the video is always in the context of you're the viewer because you're watching someone freak out just as the person holding the camera is, and you think to yourself, boy, isn't that annoying? How annoying, someone losing their mind in a grocery store. I'm just trying to buy Funyuns here. It is not pleasant to be that person losing their mind. It's not pleasant to try to get your Funyuns and get home before your break's up. No, for sure, they're making your life more difficult, but they're screaming in a Hannaford. Their life is infinitely more challenging than yours right now. So I say that because these sellers who are losing their mind on camera, yelling at customers for not paying exorbitant fees, hopefully, maybe, one will watch this video and have a little bit of a reality check. It is an uncomfortable environment right now on Whatnot to try to buy books from a seller you don't know. More than once, I've seen someone with a book in the background, like they have their little wall up, their True Value comic wall behind them. And you ask them, just curiously, that book that you have there without the price on it, how much is that bad boy? And then they pull it off the shelf, they put it in front of them, and they start the timer at 1 minute, and it's like $65. And you know, as a collector in your head, that is not what that book is worth. But they just started rolling with the price. And then it counts down to 0, nobody bid it, and they start flipping out. Like, oh, way to waste my time. Goodness, I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen where I ask a price, they tell me the price, I say no thank you, and now they're mad at me. They're mad at me for asking the price that they didn't bother to put on. Whatnot, for a lot of sellers, has become the worst comic book store experience you've ever been in. I want you to go on a thought journey with me. Don't worry, you'll be back by dinner. Close your eyes and imagine you just went to a comic book store. You walked in the front door, and instead of all the bins that you get to dig through as a buyer, you have to tell them what you're looking for. Hey, I need a 90s Mr. Miracle. That's what I'm looking to collect. And then this guy's going to go bet. He goes out back. He grabs all his 90s Mr. Miracle, brings them to the front of the store, and then at the counter starts pricing the books. So you don't even get that anonymity of I'm just going through things. Nah, I don't like that price. I don't like that price. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe we can work something out. And you kind of do those thoughts on your own. You don't. You have someone bringing you the books and just kind of shouting at you what they're worth. And they're incomplete sets when you are maybe looking for a set. Maybe there's specific issues you're looking for. They don't want to send you one comic. They want to sell you 10 because they got to pay for shipping. It's uncomfortable. Now, not only are they bringing you whatever they can find, you don't get to peruse yourself. Not only are they pricing you at the counter because there's no price on it, they didn't have the time to look anything up, so you know it's coming off the top of the dome, whatever the hell they think it's worth. But you're doing it in a bullpen with all these other anonymous buyers shouting at the same time what they want, and this guy's getting bogged down behind the camera. He's doing this for a living. Kids are crying. College is going crazy. Cost of eggs is up. Everybody's losing their mind. It's not a great experience. But the experience that I had buying these books was totally different. Dude was chill, willing to have a conversation, was happy to provide good deals. And so here we are, a disgruntled buyer doing his first baby rant on YouTube because I'm not seeing anybody else express these feelings. So I feel kind of lonely right now. I don't know if anybody else is having these types of experiences. I mean, I know there are because I'm in the room. I can see how many people are with me watching a grown man lose his mind over a price or a disagreement, or someone asks for a book, he runs it, and then that person left the room, and then now they're yelling at the rest of us for not notifying him that we had to go pick up our kids. Wild. In an effort to be a member of the community and bring up issues that I want to talk about, I kind of wanted this to be a sounding board. If there's anyone out there that has had a different experience with Whatnot that they'd like to share, something they didn't like, something that they did like, great, please, because it's this type of stuff that can affect positive change. There are sellers out there who would hear this feedback and go, whoa, I need to cool it because it's making people uncomfortable and they don't want to come back and spend money. Wow, maybe I should price my books ahead of time instead of making them up on the spot. Maybe I should make more sets for people because it's easier to move rather than this disparate issue. Okay, so I put the microphone down. Click. This is my knife. I'm gonna do a live unboxing from this seller, again up here waving the knife near my face. I just want to go over what I bought. You can still find deals. You can still find deals. I know this video sounds super sour on Whatnot, but I promise you, you can still get some fantastic deals. Okay. We did one of those package in a package deals. I dig it. I love it when they throw in really cheapo, destroyed reader copy books and just free, thanks. I like that. And it's literal trash. It's a destroyed book. It's got stains on the cover. Let me turn the light up. I turned the light up. I'm gonna be washed out, but the book won't. I love it when they do this. Look at those ripples. And it's underwater, so it's themed. Good lord. Good lord, she wet. Blech. I love the Legion of Superheroes, so this is just an auspicious choice by the seller. Okay, first book. See, this is glorious. I have a huge Aliens comic collection, and I love DC Comics. And so to get all 3 issues of Superman v Aliens, I'll put the prices up here, but this was a fantastic deal. Again, I did the trick. Swept up, went over to eBay, checked it out. Lowest possible set was like $35. Buy it now, and I got it for way less than that. Next, this was not $30. He charged me way less than this. This is a fantastic Nathan Zerdy Vampirella cover. If you watch my other Vampirella collection video, you know I didn't have this one, but I needed it for the collection, and she looks great. Last but not least, Wonder Woman Black and Gold #1. I have 2 through 4. I think it goes up to 6, so now I just need 5 and 6. This is one of those existed in comic book stores during the pandemic books, that is just, thank God it wasn't a key, because it's annoying to find. Another book that suffers from that is Teen Titans number 12. I think that was 2018. But with the Batman Who Laughs getting big in the comic boom, that book was also a ghost. I'll be honest, I'll keep it real with you. I'm a little more calm now than when I was kind of doing this bit on a walk with my dog this morning. But I think there's a lot of room for improvement in Whatnot, because I do love the app. This is how I'm going to close it out. I'm going to give one thing for every single user of Whatnot: the company, the sellers, and the buyers. For the company, I think including something in your terms of service that require expressly for sellers to be respectful to buyers would be important. Maybe it's already in your terms of service, but then enforce it. There's a lot of times when these sellers kind of lose their cool, and it borders on inappropriate. Like, for real, if I went into a comic book store and I was spoken to like I was over the last 48 hours twice, I would never go to those stores again. And I'm never going to go to those stores again on the app, for sure. Trust me. But for the company, what happens if someone goes into one of those stores and they think, oh, this is what the whole app is like? I'm going to get yelled at by a 50-something, missed his 2020 shot to get completely out of comics, and now he's decided to hate me most of all. That's not okay. So maybe an enforcement needs to take place. Maybe the policy doesn't exist. I don't know. I'm not a seller. For buyers, please, for the love of God, get multiple buying apps. And as the thing is counting down, or in the buy it now, if you see it there, pop between the apps, check to see what the price is. And if it's better elsewhere, pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. These people have very magnanimous personalities. That's why they're salesmen. But I promise you, they're not like your friends. If they were, you'd get way better discounts. So just be a little bit smarter with your money, and your dollar will go farther. You won't feel that buyer's remorse when you overpay a book 3 times, and you can still get what you want out of the hobby. And now for the sellers. I'm going to be super nice. I promise. Don't be jerks. That's really it. Like, obviously it's not fun to go through the effort and have someone not pull the trigger. Obviously it's a ton of work, and then to go online and then have nobody buy your books is disheartening. Obviously. But no one's forcing you into this, and it is having an impact on how many people want to buy your books. You are losing customers. That's the difficulty of Whatnot. They see a little number at the top that says 67 people watching. But if at the end of that stream, 20 people never come back and it's 67 next time, it could have been 87. But if your number is stagnant, that means you might not necessarily have new people coming in. You have the same people coming in, grabbing your books and leaving. Maybe you're okay with that. Maybe you don't want to scale. Maybe you don't want to make that million sweet dollars. I highly doubt that, though, if you're here. So that's my advice for everybody. Whatnot, super mixed bag. Love you, bye.